The penis is, if you will, a barometer of sexual attraction. And if you do not meet its high standards, it's likely you will go without the sex you so cravenly demand. Having said that, here are some tips that might help. If your boyfriend wears glasses, perhaps suggest he takes them off for sex. Simple but effective. Instead of using condoms, why don't you go on the pill and have weekly AIDS tests? If you do get AIDS, Lemsip can help, or you could just walk it off. Sex is always better in hotels. Have you noticed that, ladies and gentlemen? Sex is always better in hotels. Why is that? Is it because it's with a hooker? Because you don't have to what, sorry?
Clean the sheets.
Because you don't have to clean the sheets. How are you fucking her that there's a whole...
Maybe later, Jimmy.
Maybe later. Oh, I see. A little bit of the bum sex going on. I always think you know you're doing something bad sexually. Bad in a good way. When you think we better put a towel down before that happens. You think you always know we're doing something a bit experimental. Yeah, we better just cover that first, because... I've never done this before. It could end badly. I don't even know if you're going to make it through, but good luck, love. Men tend to fall asleep directly after sex. All I'm saying is, maybe for women, put a bit more into it. Sorry, that's not meant to be misogynistic in any way. I was reading in Tits and Arse magazine. Very interesting and informative article. It was about the difficulties of asking your partner for anal sex. It was entitled, What if she takes it the wrong way? Sorry, I can see you're shifting uncomfortably there. I didn't mean to offend you. I'm sure whatever you decide about anal sex, I'm sure he'll be right behind you. It's easier to get forgiveness than permission. Just thought I'd slip that in. Sex education is extremely important. Telling young kids about the birds and the bees, absolutely key. 3 quick things to remember. Firstly, you should know the children you tell. Secondly, there is a level of detail that is considered too graphic. 12-year-olds don't need to know about rimming and such. Are you all aware of what snowballing is, the sexual practice snowballing? Yeah. One bloke down. Who was that down there? Quite proud of that. Well done. Everyone else, none the while. OK, well, I'll explain. It says something about you. Snowballing is a sexual practice where, having administered oral sex, your partner doesn't spit or swallow so much as return to sender via a kiss. Oh, you're looking shocked and appalled as I explain that to you. Let me assure you, I found out the hard way. I just think if it's your ultimate sexual fantasy, you're only limited by your imagination. 2 women at the same time is a bit lame. You could have anything you want. You could have a woman with 15 tits riding a unicorn across a rainbow. Never mind, 2 women at the same time. I mean, at the very least, go for 3. Because think about it, how much better would it be having sex with 2 beautiful, attractive women if you were safe in the knowledge, all the while you were fucking them, there was another one outside washing the car? That would make it just a little bit better, wouldn't it? I told my girlfriend my ultimate sexual fantasy was to have 2 women at the same time, and she agreed. But then she was livid when I told her she wasn't either of them. She was going to be the one outside washing the car. There's quite a lot of couples in. I can see lots of couples around the place. Have you all had the sexual history conversation? Not all of you, clearly. The sexual history conversation happens about 3, 4, 5 months into a relationship, and the woman says to the man, I'd like to know about your sexual history. And the man thinks, well, no, you fucking wouldn't. But the woman doesn't just ask once. She keeps on asking until she gets a result. Yeah? I had this recently. I was cornered. I had to have the sexual history conversation. I had to list every woman I'd ever been with, from the girl I lost my virginity to, right the way up to her. And that is where I should have stopped. Are you all familiar with the Spider-Man, yes? The sexual practice. Don't panic, I'll explain. The Spider-Man is a sexual practice whereby you're making love to a woman from behind. That's key to this operation. You're just about to arrive. You've got your happy face on. You look like a turtle shitting. You pull out, catch, Spider-Man! I realise many of you are looking at me thinking, well, why did he tell us that? That sounds horrible. It sounds very aggressive, not very romantic and loving, but the reason I'm telling you is because men are such bad communicators, especially at times of high emotion, like a breakup. So, gentlemen, I don't think you ever need to have that awkward, it's not me, it's you conversation again. I think next time, when you think the relationship has run its course, simply Spider-Man. She will either think, that was brilliant, in which case she's a keeper, or this is over, isn't it? This one was written to Sugar magazine, which is a magazine aimed at 14-year-old girls. I'm a girl of 14, told you. And I'm deeply in love with my cousin. Ooh, you have our interest. We are really close, such as having sex, going out to movies, etc. That's a hell of a fucking sentence. One day, while having sex, his sister saw us and she is torturing us and saying she will tell both our parents and we're 100% sure our parents will not approve. Please help. I've written back. I say, go for it. Cousins fucking, why not? Your freakish offspring are the closest we'll ever get to real superheroes. Think about it. If people like that don't have sex, one day we may run out of Channel 5 documentaries. I'd like to end by talking about threesomes, because it tends to divide the sexes. Most men would be quite up for a threesome with two girls. Most women don't really fancy that action. If you're asked to bring a friend, you tend to get a little bit offended. And I think it's because men are such bad communicators. You know, when we ask for that, women sort of hear, oh, what? I'm not enough woman for you. You need two women to satisfy you because you're such a big man. That's not what we're saying, ladies. What we're saying is, wouldn't it be brilliant if after sex there was someone there for you to talk to? It's all good whether you're here on a first date or whether you're in a long-term relationship. It's all good for everyone. Should you spit or swallow following oral sex?
Gargles.
Well, there's a fella there that loves the taste of spunk. Now, it's an awkward question. It's very much the cutting edge of sexual politics. I'm going to sort this out for you once and for all. You'll never have to think about it again, ladies and gentlemen. Should you spit or swallow following oral sex? It doesn't matter. Once I've ejaculated, I'm asleep. You can do what you fucking like. You can gargle the national anthem for all I care. As long as it doesn't wake me up or interfere with you calling your cab. One in three people fantasize about group sex. 3 in 1 people is group sex. I'm not in favour of all kinds of group sex. I'm not in favour of the 2 guys, 1 girl threesome. For the very simple reason, I never want to see another man's happy face. Because women, when they orgasm, look beautiful and serene, full of life. I've seen it in magazines and films. But men, when they orgasm, look as if they're drinking vinegar through their eyes. Fucking hell. Has anyone been involved in that kind of caper? Has anyone had the 2 guys, 1 girl threesome? What? Have you been involved in that kind of caper, sir? You're not willing to say. What was it, 3 fellas, was it? Your brother has. What? Go on, what happened, sir? Go on, tell us. You started drinking and it just happened. You got hammered, did you? What, the guy missed? I'm looking at you, sir, and I'm guessing you've never been with a woman but you made up a story. My question is, I don't know what the etiquette would be, you know, because do you change ends at half-time? I think it would take more willpower than I have not to high-five the other fella. Nice work. I think if you're a gentleman, you would change ends. Because, you know, she's got enough to be thinking about. I can't even do that. Let alone... Ah! There's cocks everywhere! Ah! Did you know women reach their sexual peak after 35 years? Men reach theirs after about 4 minutes. Which is why we get more done. My girlfriend said to me, "Have you been having sex behind my back?" I said, "Who the fucking hell do you think it was?" And another thing, it wouldn't kill you to turn around once in a while, check how I'm doing. Men think about sex every 7 seconds, which I think makes talking to your dad creepy. People say the book's always better than the film. Yeah, the book's always better than the film. I don't agree with that. I can think of loads of films that are much better than the book. Cum-guzzling sluts. I must have seen that film 100 times. It's much better than the book. The book's all stuck together and it smells funny. Applauding that, you should be ashamed of yourself. Size isn't important, it's what you do with it. Would you agree with that, ladies?
No!
And it does raise an interesting moral dilemma. Should you spit or swallow? Well, if you really love yourself. So I can see some friends of mine up there, and you're explaining that to your mum. Brilliant. Oh, what a brilliant day out that will be. What a lovely drive home. So this snowballing thing. Marvellous. I'll tell you what you can do. If you've been in a relationship a couple of years and the sex is still fantastic, but it's got a bit routine, you know, you do the same things in the same order on the same night of the week or whatever, it's got a bit kind of predictable, your sex life. What you can do is the next time you're getting sucked off, pull out, come in Rye and then kick her in the shin. It's called the pirate. Arr! Arr! People think because you went to Cambridge, you're a little bit smug, a little bit up yourself. Not the case. The only reason I went to Cambridge is because I got 4 A's at A-level. Of course, the only reason I got 4 A's at A-level is because when I was at school, I didn't have that many friends, and, you know, I didn't have a girlfriend, certainly, and so no one would have sex with me. I used to go home every night like a good little boy and do my homework. Yeah. So next time you meet someone who's a bit overeducated and pompous, don't think to yourself, God, they're intimidating. Think, no good with a poontang. Buying presents for women, that's a nightmare, isn't it? I thought, I can't do flowers again, I can't do chocolates again, I'll go for lingerie. Mum was livid. My mum told me the best time to ask my dad for anything was during sex. Not the best advice I've ever been given. I burst in through the bedroom door saying, "Can I have a new bike?" He was very upset. His secretary was surprisingly nice about it. I got the bike. If you like fast-paced, edgy one-liners, get ready to be happy. I'm announcing a new tour. It's called Jimmy Carr Laughs Funny, and I'll be touring all around the world. Come and see me. If you don't like fast-paced, edgy jokes, then it's not for you. You know, get some perspective. Maybe they're just jokes.